All right, guys, let's get it started with another news roundup here on the channel. We're diving into the latest on your Washington Commanders, keeping it fast, direct, and up to the minute as always. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We've got daily videos to make sure you're the most informed fan in the room. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow and keeps me hyped to keep grinding for you guys. All right, let's get into it. Nation, what a massive win! The Washington Commanders closed out the 2025 season on a high note, walking into Lincoln Financial Field and taking down the Philadelphia Eagles 24-17. We still had that bitter taste in our mouths from last year's NFC Championship loss, and there was no better way to head into the offseason than getting some payback in their house. The game started out as a defensive battle with a scoreless first quarter, but things heated up fast. Chris Rodriguez fought for the tie with a rushing touchdown, proving this team wasn't going to just lay down and quit. Now, smash that like button if you were hyped for Josh Johnson today. Guys, the man is 39 years old, and in what might have been the final game of his professional career, he played like a kid out there. Johnson threw for 131 yards and a touchdown and even showed off the wheels with 45 rushing yards and a score on the ground. He led that comeback drive in the fourth quarter, found tight end Jake Bates, and sealed the deal. It was a masterclass in leadership and grit. If he hangs up the cleats now, he walks off that field with his head high and the respect of the entire NFL. And here's the best part. The Eagles desperately needed this win for playoff seeding, but Washington said, not today. Thanks to our win, they lost their chance at a first-round bye and now have to go head-to-head with the San Francisco 49ers right out of the gate in the wildcard round. We might be out of the playoffs this time, but we showed we've got heart and that the future in 2026 is looking bright. Now the work starts behind the scenes to figure out what went wrong this season and how we get back to the postseason 12 months from now. We're heading into the offseason on the right foot, and man, it feels good to beat a rival in Philly. Adam Peters has a mountain of work ahead of him, but this win gives the fans some serious hope. I want to hear from you. Should Josh Johnson get a spot on the coaching staff after that performance? Or would you give him a one-year deal to stay as Jaden Daniels' backup? And what grade do you give this win over the Eagles? Drop a comment below. I want to see the Commanders Nation celebrating in the comments.
Switching gears. Guys, the tension is through the roof. The 2025 season is in the books with a 5-12 record, and the league is already in absolute chaos. The Atlanta Falcons didn't waste any time, firing Raheem Morris as soon as the clock hit 0. It's just the start of the infamous Black Monday. And while we know a defensive shakeup is coming in Washington, the real mystery is on the offensive side of the ball. Man, give me a thumbs up on this video if you want Cliff Kingsbury back in 2026. Serious rumors started flying that he might be on the chopping block, but he just got a golden endorsement. Regina Jackson, Jaden Daniels' mom and agent, posted celebrating the Eagles win and wrote, "Officially loading JD5 KK Season 3. When the family of your franchise QB wants Cliff back, Adam Peters and Dan Quinn have a massive reason to stick with continuity. Look, Kingsbury's going to interview for head coaching gigs, Raiders, Titans, Giants, but if he doesn't land a top job elsewhere, Washington needs to lock this man down. We've seen what he and Jaden can do when they're healthy. Dan Quinn is facing a make-or-break offseason. He already lost QB coach Tavita Pritchard, who's headed to Stanford to chase his head coaching dream. Losing your OC and your QB coach in the same year would be a total disaster for Jaden Daniels' development. Switching systems now is a massive risk. The grass isn't always greener, and Cliff did a solid job with a roster decimated by injuries. Keeping the JD5 and KK duo together might be the smartest move to get us back to the playoffs. Peters and Quinn have some tough calls to make, but Mama Daniels made her voice heard. She wants continuity. What about you, Nation? If Kingsbury doesn't land a head coach job, do you want him back as our OC, or do you think we need new blood on offense? Drop a comment below. All right, let's wrap this up on a high note. Nation, let's savor this. The Commanders ended 2025 as the ultimate spoiler. We took down the defending Super Bowl champion Eagles 24-17 in Week 18. And man, it felt good. That loss cost our rivals the number 2 seed in the NFC playoffs. We know the 5-12 record is a bitter pill to swallow after that incredible 12-5 run in 24, but ending the year by punching our rival in the mouth and ruining their playoff seeding, that's priceless. And how about our veteran Bobby Wagner making history? With his 5 tackles against Philly, he hit the insane milestone of 2,000 career tackles. He joins a legendary club with only 2 other humans in NFL history, Ray Lewis and our very own London Fletcher. In fact, Fletcher was right there in the building and went into the locker room to present Wagner with the game ball. What a moment. Seeing 2 Washington legends celebrating that achievement gave me chills. Wagner turns 36 in June and just wrapped his 14th straight season with at least 100 tackles. He finished with 162 this year. When asked about his future, he gave the classic, focusing on the present answer. But let's be real. He's only 60 tackles away from breaking Ray Lewis's all-time record. Do you really think he's retiring now? The big question is, does he come back to DC? The roster is getting a facelift, and Dan Quinn is under massive pressure for 2026. But looking at the stats, you have to want Wagner back. The guy led the NFL in defensive snaps and was PFF's 8th-ranked linebacker. Age is just a number for this beast. The offseason is officially here, and Adam Peters have some tough choices. Keeping Wagner means keeping elite leadership and seeing a historic record broken in our jersey. Would you give Bobby Wagner another 1-year deal to chase the all-time record here in Washington, or is it time to get younger on defense? Let me know what you think about our sheriff in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell. Off-season mode is officially activated, and I'll be bringing you every detail of this rebuild. We're in this together. Thanks for everything, and let's go Commanders!